I saw this miniature villager as it was contemplating life, so I asked him what happened, and he told me that the black dragon attacked his village. He then showed me his journal, which had some pretty dark entries. This is all that's left of his village. I could really see the pain in his eyes, so I decided to help Miniman over here get his revenge by trapping the black dragon's entire family inside of this dragon prison I'm going to build. This mission is extremely dangerous, so I have to get the strongest armor and tools in the game, which as you know is made out of dragon steel. In the last episode I built 3 beacons using dragon steel blocks. They do look pretty awesome, but since we're on an SMP, these beacons will probably get griefed sooner or later, so to prevent that, I'm going to take down all 3 beacons and use the dragon steel for my new gear. Now with all that in mind, I have almost 4 stacks of dragon steel blocks at my disposal. I think that should just about cover my new armor and tools. Besides the dragon steel, I need a couple more items, so let's teleport to the storage room. It's a bit messy in here, that's because it's brand new. My friend and I had to build a new storage since our last one got griefed, so we salvaged everything we could from it and then proceeded to absolutely demolish it ourselves. Luckily, I still have all the materials I need to craft my new equipment. We've got so many amazing options that I kinda wanna craft them all. Let's start with the basic tools. I'm gonna grab a bunch of fire dragon steel ingots and some wither bones, starting with the pickaxe. Wait, actually someone gifted me one a while ago, so we can just skip this one and move on to the axe and shovel. To be honest, I don't really need a hoe, so I'm just gonna stay holeless for now, just like in real life. As my main weapon, I'll choose the scythe. It deals 26 attack damage right off the bat, and it decapitates mobs, making them drop their heads. For this I need a witherbone pole. I'm pretty sure we have that somewhere in the storage. Let me check. I can't find it, so I'll just craft it. 3 wither bones and a string. And done. Would have been a lot faster if I had just done that from the start. Look how big it is. Now that's the weapon that will strike fear into a dragon's heart. For the armor, I'm getting the full fire dragon steel set. I've got all the tools, weapons, and armor I need. So let's slap some enchantments on them. I'm quickly gonna grab all the books I need. I'm basically gonna have the exact same enchantments as the ones I have on my current armor and tools. It will take a lot of XP to enchant all this gear, so it's time to head to the Enderman farm. This is the last stop before I start to build the dragon prison and trap dragons inside. Here at the Enderman farm, I repeatedly used the anvils to add enchantments to my gear, and when I was low on XP, I sucked the souls out of endermans. After killing thousands of them, I had enough levels to add the last enchantments on all my armor and tools. It's time to store away my old equip. It protected me against all beasts I have faced. Okay, maybe not against all, but still, you may now rest. Time for the new equip to shine. I mean, I can't believe how powerful it is. I can easily smack some ravagers around like it's nothing. That's good stuff. FYI, I'm making the PandAce SMP, that's the server I'm currently playing on, public for 1 week. You'll find the instructions on how to join the server at the end of the video, so continue watching. Back not far from our storage, we have this big mesa mountain, which is perfect for the dragon prison and potentially a future zoo for all other mobs. For now, we'll focus on the 12 dragons we have to trap to get Miniman his revenge. The plan is to dig out a long hallway that goes through the entire mountain, and on the sides attached to the hallway there will be 12 cages where the dragons will be trapped in. This looks like a great place for the entrance. To save some time on digging, I'm going to set up a beacon over here. Activating haste 2. Pretty convenient that this mountain is made out of terracotta. I can go through it like butter. What I'm trying to do now is dig out a natural looking entrance. I will add decorations and all that at the end because I haven't figured out a way to trap dragons safely without having them destroy my build in the progress. I need to dig the hallway towards the center of the mountain, so I'm using my map as orientation. Gotta light this place up before swarms of mobs spawn in here. This seems like a good spot for a cage. I'm gonna make it kind of circular shape like the dragon caverns. I mean, this will be a prison for the dragons, but I might as well make them feel at home a little bit. I'm not sure how big I gotta make this. To find that out, I'm gonna have to place a dragon in here. Obviously not a live one, it'll just destroy my cage. The next best thing is a dragon statue. I don't have one on me, so first I need a gorgon head. I got my blindfold on. It's time to enter the creepy basement. That's pretty dark. Let me throw down a couple torches. Oh, that's not what I meant to. I found the stairs. Let's walk down here. Okay, my weapon is still here. Now where is the gorgon? There it is. I'll just decapitate her real quick, and there we have it. She gave me head. This sleepy dragon is about to be turned into stone, but first let me light this TNT. Whoa, the explosion hit so hard that it changed time. The dragon's awake. Oh, let me get out of its mouth and freeze. Now I can take this with me using a silk touch pickaxe. We'll place it right around the center. Looks pretty good actually. Fits in perfectly. I'm going to continue to dig out more cages following the exact same steps as before. Step 1, dig out circular shaped cave. Step 2, if there are any caves, just cover them up because you're too lazy to fill that all in. Step 3, light up the cave with torches. And the last step is to check with the dragon statue if it's big enough. As I'm expanding this hallway, I noticed that the haste 2 effect is gone. I swear the beacon's range is shorter than my will to exercise. So I took down a beacon and rebuilt it on top of the mountain, and we're right back at it. I continued to dig out the hallway. Occasionally I had to fill in some holes. After excavating parts of the hallway, I carved out the cages. I made sure to spread them out so the dragons won't attack each other when they're inside. In the end, I had a hallway going through the entire mountain with 12 cages attached to it. With the hallway done, we can move on to the next phase. We found the black dragon's first sibling. As you may have guessed, I'm going to attach chains to this dragon and pull it back to the dragon prison. Come in peacefully so no one gets hurt. Oh, that breath stinks. He's just nibbling on me, not dealing any damage. I guess you can count it as coming in peacefully. With it being chained up, I can fly it back to the dragon prison. Just gotta make sure it catches up with me. Down there is the entrance. I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna get this guy inside without destroying the whole mountain. Good thing is that it's not aggressive towards me right now. It's busy trying to get home. It's rebelling now. Okay, that was unnecessary. There's the entrance. Quite small currently. Definitely can't fit a dragon through that. Let me chain it to this wall. Okay, yeah, there's no way I'm fitting him through here without causing mass destruction. I don't think the chain solution is gonna be effective, especially since we have 11 other dragons to bring in. So I'm going to have to look for an easier and faster solution. Teleportation. I want to teleport the dragon into the cage using this. The dimensional carver allows you to create a portal that leads to your spawn point. What I'll do is use my bed to set my spawn point in the cage, then open the portal next to the dragon and lure it through. Easy peasy, or so I thought. First I gotta get this thing. To craft it, we have to kill a crimson mosquito in the nether to get its larva. Then kill an enderyophage in the end to get the capsule block. Now place the crimson mosquito larva into the capsule block and wait for it to turn into a mysterious worm. Take this worm, go to the end and throw it into the void. This big man will show up. Take it out, make sure you only hit its head or it'll multiply. Once defeated, you'll find 2 void worm mandibles and a void worm eye floating somewhere. With all that and 2 netherite ingots, you can finally craft it. Before I go use the dimensional carver, I put a great amount of effort to make every second of this video entertaining. So if you feel entertained even just a little bit, I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. A lot more stuff like this coming soon. Okay, I'm back, and for some reason this guy started to spit lightning at me. I didn't even do anything. I mean, besides kidnapping him from his home, but why would that be an issue? When I said this was gonna be easy peasy, I was counting on the dragon to be chill. This dragon is not chill anymore. Anyway, let's set my spawn point in this cage. Now if I open up a portal and walk through it, I will arrive right here. When the dragon gets teleported in here, I need to chain it up to these walls as quick as possible. I don't think he likes what I'm doing. Can you stop with the lightning for a second? He actually listened. Oh, never mind. Let's open this portal up. This is gonna take a second. There we go. Okay, now I gotta get the dragon through it somehow. If I punch it, it should come after me and hopefully go through the portal. Okay, I need to get the dragon to come down, otherwise this won't work. You know, my first impression of you was pretty good, but now you've shown your ugly side. Maybe a smack on his behind will remind him to behave. Wow, so that works on little kids and little dragons. Alright, the portal's open. All we need is for it to fly towards me. Oh, it worked. He got teleported into the cage. I gotta follow it and chain it up. Wait, no, it went through the portal again, and now it's back there. I must say, this works way better on tame dragons. Okay, clearly this isn't gonna work. I'll let him have his tantrum while I think of a new solution.
Boom.
Cage. It's made out of 3 iron ingots, 2 iron bars and 3 slabs, and it allows you to capture pretty much any mob. I'll just show you how it works on the dragon. I wish I would have found it earlier, it could have saved myself a lot of trouble. My waist though. Okay, time to put you in a cage. As you can see, it's locked in there, and by the looks of it, it has some slight glitches. Well, I guess I've got some renovations ahead of me. I'm going to let it out and chain it to these walls as quickly as possible so it can't escape and destroy more of the base. Alright, now that I have a solution that works to bring the dragons in, I can focus on building the cages. I need to find a block that dragons can't break, so they can't escape and cause any destruction. That's why I'm in this world testing out different blocks and also doors. So far, the blocks I've found that can't be destroyed by dragons are obsidian, crying obsidian, dragonforged bricks, and surprisingly also netherite. I'm gonna go with the obsidian blocks because collecting dragonforged bricks and netherite blocks would be a whole different level of torture. For the doors, I'm gonna go with netherite because they'll fit in great with the build. I'm gonna go check our storage for some obsidian. Impressive, aren't they? Every once in a while, you've gotta stop and take a second to admire your dragons. Okay, that's enough of that. We have 771 obsidian and 89 crying obsidian. I don't think that'll be enough for all 12 dragon cages. I guess it's time for some mining. Before I go, I have to put this guy back into the cage before he breaks any more of the build. Let's hop into the end. Up there we have a bunch of obsidian pillars which are perfect for our obsidian needs. Yeah, alright, this is too slow. I'm setting up a beacon. I think I'll start to mine the pillars from the top. The middle is probably the best place to set up the beacon so the haste 2 effect reaches all pillars. You know, after all the times I've built this beacon up, it actually still isn't fun to do. But haste 2 is always worth it. Definitely faster with haste 2, but still pretty slow. I've got 3.5 stacks right now. Just going to grab a couple more stacks. Apparently I've got a live audience watching me mine. Viewing area is up there, sir. Thank you. I think I have enough obsidian for now, so I'm gonna head back to base. That was dangerous. I'm in hardcore again, I can't be doing this stuff. While I was mining obsidian, Emperor got me 12 netherite doors. I wanted to give him a big smooch for that, but he just ran away for some reason. I've got this many stacks of obsidian. Should be enough, right? I guess we'll just start to place in the obsidian. I'll just follow the shape and create a dome-like cage. You'll see what I mean in a sec. There are a bunch of caves I've got to fill as well. By fill, I just mean hide them and pretend they don't exist. I can't be bothered to fill that in at 2 AM. Okay, maybe I should. This is where the door goes. I'll place in the bottom layer and build my way up from there. I kinda like the shape so far. Every now and then I use the stone statue to check if it's big enough. I'd say it fits perfectly. Now what I've got to do is replace all the stone and terracotta with obsidian in a way that it looks natural. Shouldn't be too hard. Can't forget the floor, of course. This is what it looks like 3 layers up. This is 6 layers up. I think that's a good height to place a roof. I'm just making this up on the fly, so I might have to take it down if it doesn't look good. Okay, that's the roof done. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty decent. For the final touch, I'm adding some crying obsidian in here. Really spices up the place. There will be more decoration, but I'll add that later. Alright, 1 cage is done. Time to do this for the 11 remaining cages. Had to make a quick stop to mine some more obsidian. Got quite a bit of it. Hopefully this is my last trip to get obsidian. Oh, I'm glad I had the totem in this time. It is done. All 12 dragon cages are now reinforced with obsidian. You can see it nicely on the map too. Next step is to do the hallway. For this part I'm going to use a different kind of block. I'm in the end again, in the Umbra Valley biome to be exact. There's a block called Umbralith here, and that's what I'll be using for the hallway. This is the kind of pattern I'm going to try to copy for the hallway. I've set up another beacon, so... The biomes in the end are truly beautiful. Wait, that was an accident. Oh cool, I decapitated it. This is what I've got so far. Decent amount, but still not nearly enough, I'm guessing. I think that should suffice for now. The hallway is gonna be a challenge, but pandas always get things done. All the space will be covered with the blocks I just collected, but I'm starting with the floor. There are different variants of Umbralith blocks, so I'm gonna turn some of this into bricks and polish blocks. This whole layer will be removed and replaced by a random pattern of these 3 block types. Should end up looking really nice. What do you guys think of it so far? Looks better than I thought it would. Now that the floor is done, I can move on to the walls. Again, just like with the cages, I'll first lay down the bottom layer so I know roughly what the shape of the hallway will look like. This is the last bit. Obsidian just doesn't really fit into a hallway, so I brought in Emperor to think of a design to cover it. We're thinking of adding something like a gate. After we tried out multiple designs, and by we I just mean Emperor, I just stood there and watched the master at work, he ended up with this design. An awesome frame for the door with 2 iron bar windows on the side so you can look at the dragon from outside. I don't even want to imagine what it would look like if I came up with the design. I'm going to repeat this frame for all 12 cages. And with that block, we've built all 12 door frames. All 12 cages look like this now. Since adding these fat door frames, the hallways have become quite narrow, which means I'm gonna have to expand them again. I want to try to make them at least 5 blocks wide. Before I do that, I've got a small problem to fix. The beacon on top of the mountain doesn't cover it all, so every now and then I lose the haste effect, which is kinda annoying. But luckily there's always a solution. Instead of taking down and rebuilding the beacon all the time, I'll just become the beacon. Sounds simple enough. You can achieve that with the crystallite armor set. Set up an infusion like this and add an ember gem, 4 crystal shards, and the armor piece you want made out of terminite. A little bit of magic happens after that, and voila, you've got yourself crystallite armor. Once you put it on, not only will you look super sexy, you'll also have the speed, regeneration, and haste effect. It's just the perfect armor set to use while mining and building. With the new effects on me, I can now expand the hallways in a breeze. This should provide enough space to walk through. Going straight for the roof now. Every block above this path will be mined. Then I can just build the sides all the way to the top. Of course it won't stay like this, but it's easier to shape the wall once it's there. All the walls are filled in, so now comes the ceiling. Looks pretty epic, I must say, especially with the occasional orange sparks. Now that that's all filled in, I can start to shape it. I want to make it look as natural as possible. The key to doing that is making the shapes irregular. For my first time doing this kind of build, I have to say it's not that bad. With that done, I'm going to get rid of all the torches and replace them with a different light source. A lot of mobs are spawning in already. How about this for a light source? Yep, definitely keeping that. I'm gonna add that to all of them. I tried using these lanterns as light sources, but frankly it just doesn't light up enough and it blends in too much. So I'm back in the end looking for two items, Lucernia outer leaves and Philalux. They're both bright and orange, which I think will spice up the cave nicely. I'll just grab a bunch of them. This should be more than enough. All I'm gonna do is spread them throughout this cave randomly. So the leaves go on the sides and Philalux will hang down from the ceiling. Walking through this hallway just feels epic somehow. What do you think of this design? I think it's decent enough. With the outer decorations done, I can focus on the final decorations inside the cages. After that, we'll start to capture and trap the dragons inside. Back at storage to gather some items like dragon skulls, piles of gold, copper, and silver. In order to know which dragon is in which cage, I should probably add some colored banners. On each of them, we'll add a dragon head pattern. The best place for it is probably right up here. Okay, yeah, that looks great. So now we know where which dragon goes into. Inside of the cages, I got to add around 6 walls in each corner to keep the dragon in the center. Let's see if this actually works. I've got the dragon in my inventory and the chains ready. I'm going to let it out now. I gotta move quick. 1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down, and 5 down. How does it look from outside? It doesn't seem like it's breaking any blocks, at least not any of the visible ones, so I count it as a win. I'm going to add one more wall at the bottom of the middle so the dragon can't fly up that high. That's a good height for the dragon to be at. I'm kinda surprised the dragon isn't attacking me right now. Oh, I punched him. Yeah, that's my bad. Okay. This might be a little problem, but no worries. I'll figure it out. Shouldn't have opened that door, huh? Let me put this guy back into the cage until I fix this. Alright, done. I'm your warden now, so you better behave. Electric blue dragon is now officially captured. Okay. Dude just blasted off the door. Now that I knew it was possible to trap the dragons, granted occasionally they'll cause some minor destruction, but still they are trapped. So I went on to add the last few decorations to the cages and of course did some renovation. This is what the fire cages look like. This is the design for the lightning cages and the last design is for all ice cages. One last thing I got to build is the entrance. Once this is done, the hunt for dragons will begin. Pretty majestic, don't you think? That top part is a bit ugly. Let me fix that. And of course, we can't forget the destruction the dragon did to the sides of the mountain. The blue dragon really caused a lot of damage, didn't it? The build is finally done. Not complete, but done. It's missing 11 dragons. Alright, let the dragon kidnapping begin. Found the second sibling. This one is, Johnson. These mobs were giving me a harder time than Johnson did. And off to capture the next one. Look at that, it's Glucinda. I gotta sneak in close. Man, why does this always happen? Such a huge button, I can't reach it. Time to get captured, Glucinda. Whoa, she's feisty. I like it. Moving on. Oh, it's Terry. Okay, I gotta stop naming them. We're here to exact revenge for Miniman, not play around. It's Peter. Was the last one, I promise. Every time he's gotta do that. And another dragon captured. Just quickly checking to make sure I don't have the same color twice here. Okay, we're good. 7 more dragons to go. I'm being chased by the black dragon's cousin. Hey, I'm only going for his siblings, not cousins, so just like... Wait, let's do this, then go into the building, right to the center and let him out. Now it's stuck in there and I can fly away. It seems to have escaped. Can I get it to ice the pillager? Oh, he got iced twice. How are those nipples feeling, Chief? Can you explain to me why cousins are always so aggressive? One last shot to do it. There we go. We made a great team, you and I. Okay, fine. We double teamed the dragon and now I have this head to keep this memory. I can always use some dragon scales. I've spotted a gray dragon next to this dungeon over here. Dragon number 5 captured. We might as well take a quick look. Okay, this goes down deep. That's a lot of skeletons. So this is what a skeleton bastion looks like. In that case, there should be something good in the middle. Alright, not bad. I'm too lazy to find my way back up, so... Oh, it's the green boy. There we go. Took a long time to find you. Now we're missing the bronze dragon, blue dragon, and a couple lightning dragons. Is that a blue one? No. We got him. The black dragon is now in custody. If you think about it, I'm getting revenge for Miniman, so in a way, I'm kinda like an avenger. Only ones left are amethyst, copper, blue, and bronze. I think there's a copper dragon under me right now. Damn, I dropped right on top of it. With this one captured, there are only 3 left. One of each element. I've got another one chasing me. Oh, I flew into a wall. It would be cool if for once the dragon chasing me is actually one that I need to capture. I guess this works too. I mean, it is kinda nice that they come to me to give their scales. At this point, my audio gave out, so here's what happened. I encountered a bronze dragon mid-air, and this one went straight after Longway, so I put the fire out and tucked him away. I wanted to kill it at first, but I decided to capture it and let Miniman decide its fate. While regenerating my health, I flexed my red to this commoner. I couldn't find the last 2 dragons for a while, so I decided to outsource the work to my slaves, subscribers. I received the coordinates of a blue and amethyst dragon. After capturing them, I finally had them all. I teleported back to the dragon prison and started to trap all the dragons in their respective cage. This definitely wasn't easy. There were some slight complications, but in the end all dragons were trapped in their cell and all damages were fixed. The iron bar window actually comes in pretty handy because now I don't have to open the door to check on the dragons. There we have it, the savage black dragon. What do you say, Miniman? Ready for your revenge? Before Miniman gets his sweet revenge, I want to show you how to join the PandAce SMP. Everything you need is in the description. Just install a mod pack and join through this IP address. If you need any help, join my Discord server. Okay, time for Miniman to get his revenge. He's about to meet the destroyer of his family and village. I honestly have no idea how he's going to react. Are you ready for this? It's right there. Damn, Miniman has balls of steel. Okay, sir, what is your wish? After thinking deeply about how he wants to exact his revenge for the death of his entire family, he comes up to me and says he has forgiven the black dragon because that's the only way to move forward. I look him deep into his eyes and see that he's finally at peace, but I just can't forgive the dragon.